early to be up. Hey YouTube, it's Peter from Los Gatos. This is our third video in the Thailand 2018 trip series, and it's our second day in Bangkok. We planned to wake up a little later today to help with our time zone adjustment, but the local songbirds have other plans. To the Silom Soi 3 morning market to a stall I didn't get a chance to visit yesterday. This stall sells pre-wrapped Miang. This stall's Miang was pretty good and held us for a few hours until when we actually planned to start the day. At around 11 a.m., we headed out toward Lumpini Park to find a place for lunch. We ran into a restaurant chain called Yum Sap, serving some northern Thai or Isan dishes, so we decided to give it a try. We ordered the dishes that we would have had at a Thai place in New York just to see the difference. Even though we're pretty much professionals when it comes down to spicy food, we knew Thai places in Thailand usually kicks it up a notch or two. It was so good, but so spicy that it was just too hard for us to handle. After Yum Sap, we began walking toward our next stop of the day. We used the BTS station's crossover bridges to walk across Silom Road and then again to cross over to Ramaphor Road, or in Thai, Tanon Param Tisi. From there, we would continue west until we got to the Thai Red Cross. Within the Red Cross is Queen Saovabha's Memorial Institute, which is famous for its snake farm. Like most places, tickets for the snake farm are more expensive for foreigners. Yay to me for being considered a local. There are a lot of cool things to see at the snake farm. There are outdoor exhibits for warm climate snakes, but it was such a hot day that most of the outdoor snakes were just lying around in the shade. This snake farm was founded in the early 20th century to conduct research on snake venom and to administer treatment for snake bites. On weekday mornings, visitors can watch a live venom extraction show. Unfortunately, filming isn't permitted in this space. At around 2:15, visitors start to gather around an outdoor theater area for the daily 2:30 p.m. snake show. Unlike most other snake shows, this one isn't famous for perilous snake tricks, but has a more educational and professional approach.
King Cobra งูจงอางครับ This is King Cobra. King Cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world that we found only in rainforests throughout of South Asia, Southeast Asia, and some part of China. It feeds on smaller snake that we call snake eater. The venom of King Cobra is neurotoxin. It acts on nervous system. It causes paralysis of muscle and leads to respiratory failure and leads to death and make necrosis and gangrene at the bite site. Alright, and now this is the time to catch the King Cobra by bare hands. Anybody want to catch the King Cobra by bare hands? Not your hand, not my hand too, but by the snake hand of the hands. โอเคฝั่งนู้นจับไปได้อย่างรวดเร็วเดี๋ยวเราเริ่มฝั่งนี้สักครู่นะครับซึ่งการจับงูจงอางนะครับห้ามลอกเลียนแบบโดยเด็ดขาดนะครับจะได้ความฝึกฝนนั้นเป็นอย่างดีไปพบเจองูข้างนอกไม่ซักทีนะครับ In Thailand we also have 10 species of pit fiber and this is the most common one we found it throughout of country albino Burmese python turn around bump your hand look at the audience where is the camera look at the camera don't forget to say smile this is an albino Burmese python this one born at here already trained to be tame very shy and not bite anybody it's a very lovely very cute one okay.
At the end of the show, every willing audience member is invited to take photos with a domesticated Burmese python and have their Britney Spears moment. Even though the staff was gracious enough to take photos for you, some of us had reservations. After that heart-clenching moment, we headed south on Paramsi until Ho Lampong Station, where it turns into Charan Krung Road. This road runs parallel to Yaowarat and offers you a more local perspective of Thailand's Chinatown. We passed by a number of notable sites like the Klong Term Market, where you can find all of your appliance needs, and the Old Siam Shopping Plaza. It will take you about 45 minutes to get through Charan Krung, and at the west end of it, you'll find the Royal Palace area, which was our next stop. Many, if not all, visitors to Bangkok end up here to see famous sites such as the Grand Palace, Wat Po, or Wat Phra Kaew. We did all of that last year. Locals who come to this area, though, usually come to Sanam Luang, which is a recreational park by the Grand Palace, which was recently converted in 2017 into the Royal Crematorium. They also come to see 2 shrines. The first is Lak Muang, or the City Pillar Shrine. The shrine contains the first city pillar installed when the capital of Thailand, or then Siam, moved to Bangkok. This is an important shrine for Thais who come up often to worship the site. On our way to the second shrine, we stopped by the Royal Crematorium. Fortunately, we were able to see the beautiful yet somber site before it was taken down just a few days later. The second shrine is called the Shrine of Mae Thorani. Buddhist Thais consider Mae Thorani to essentially be the goddess of Mother Earth. Close by to all these important sites is a place well known to all visiting travelers, Khao San Road. Khao San is commonly referred to as the backpacker's paradise because of the cheap accommodations, booze, food, and other services that you can get on this one strip.
Like a mile long nightclub. And it's pretty cool.
A lot of visitors to Thailand enjoy the Western-friendly bar establishments. We arrived just around sundown, so the strip was just waking up. So we decided to stop at a nice-looking bar called The One at Khao San for a drink. We opted for some Chang beer, which came from a cold tap and served in frosty beer glasses instead of with ice cubes, which was perfect for us New Yorkers. We hung out on Khao San for a few hours until we got hungry. Hunger meant that it was time for our final destination for the night. We walked from Khao San Road past Democracy Monument, which is always beautifully lit up in the evenings. We continued toward Mahan Chai Road and walked past Wat Ratchanatharam, which is also known as Loha Prasad, a beautiful castle known for its 37 metal spires. It's an awe-inspiring sight at any time of day. continued down on the Chai Road for a minute toward our last stop. Not far down the street from it, we ran into Thailand's newly Michelin-starred street food diva, Phai. We didn't plan to visit Phai because Thai people, like my cousins, think her food is just too expensive and that street food should not require a reservation. But it was still pretty cool to see her cooking in her signature outfit. Unfortunately, according to the sign, just about everything famous was completely sold out. A few steps from Phai was a place I wanted to go to for a long time. Thipsamai, or Pad Thai Patopi, as the Thais call it. Those who know me know that I'm not a fan of Pad Thai. Actually, I usually despise having to eat it at all, so I had to see why everyone, including Thais, go crazy for this place. Stopping at Thipsamai was just as much about curiosity as it was about hunger. One thing is for certain, the sales here are through the roof. It's essentially a Thai noodle assembly line factory. We ordered the superb Pad Thai, which comes with shrimp and then wrapped in a thin layer of egg. It's the dish that's commonly seen on other YouTube channels. It came gorgeous, and we both agreed it was actually really delicious. We are happy to end day 2 on a high note, so we have a very early start because there's going to be a lot to see. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to also subscribe to us because we have a lot more to come.